So today I'm going to share with you why, in my opinion, you should not use team managed projects if your instance is kind of getting big, or if you already have a big instance of Jira with many company managed projects. And I'm going to show you a few reasons why I have this opinion. Let's get it started. I don't have a big instance right now. I have a small instance. This is a test instance. So I just have two projects, the IT projects and the HR project. So let's imagine that the marketing team comes to you and say, hey, we want to use Jira, but we want more flexibility. We're a small team. So you decide to create a team managed project for them. So you would go here and you go under the, you would use the marketing template. Let's use the go to market. So you say, this is marketing, go to market. We'll make this project an open project, and it's a team managed project. This is just a key. If you want to keep the key, that's fine. Next. So now the marketing team is happy. They can just start using their team managed project, which should be an island, right? Whatever they do here should not impact any company managed projects. But that's not quite the reality. So let's say that the marketing team comes here, go under space settings, fields, and they want to add a new field, call maybe campaign status. But instead of calling it campaign status, they will just call it status, right? So there's no field called status. They decide to create a new field. So I'm gonna create a new field, status. This is going to be a drop down. The options here would be done, waiting for approval, and so on and so forth. Now I can just create the field. Now I have a field called the status here. Now I need to go to work type, task, and I'm gonna add the field the status under the ticket. And now the team can save the changes. Don't forget that. Start using the field status. Let's use the status ticket here. And there's a new status here. I can say this ticket here, the status is waiting for approval. It doesn't. I know that it doesn't make a lot of sense, but trust me, people will do that. So great, everybody's happy, right? Where's the problem? Like the team managed project is an island that should not impact other projects, and that's basically what it is stated. So here's where Atlassian, when you're creating a project, it will claim that settings that does not impact other spaces. The settings, sure, but I don't know. I would claim that this is not the kind of reality. The problem is, if for now I go to a JQL, and we know that JQL is used everywhere, on boards, it's used on dashboards, it's used on queue creation. So if I want to create a JQL and I want to use a status field, I will go here and say wait, now I have two status fields. Which one do I use? Well, we just create the status and we know which created it as a drop down, but the end user doesn't know which one is the system status and which one is the status used on a team managed project. So that's the first one. That's a huge impact for your users. So that's one of the main reasons why I would say do not use team managed projects if you have a big number of stakeholders using company managed, because these problems will pile up, right? So now The status here, it's equal to what? These are not the status that I'm looking for. So now I have to search for the other status. And then, okay, this one makes sense. For status, right now, it's a small instance. We only have two. But imagine if you allow a bunch of team managed projects to create their own things, their own entities. You can imagine what's going to happen. So the other problem that I see is that every time you are creating a new field, I encourage that we create field with a context. So the context should be only that project, right? Because it's easier then to manage that field. The IT support team needs a new field. Let's create a new field for them. So this is going to be a number field. It's going to be called number of assets. The description is this. It's a number. Fine. Let's create. So great. So now the IT team have their field, number of assets they can use, and that's great. Now, for some reason, the marketing team wants to collaborate with IT and they want to use the same field for reporting purposes. So let's change the context to add that field to the marketing team. So let's find that field. So here's a field. Let's add the marketing team here in the wait, why the marketing team product's not here? Now I can't add this field to the marketing team via the context. Okay, maybe if I go to the marketing team project, I can probably find. Let me try to find the field here. Is number of asset. No, I can't find it. So how do we make a field that's being used in other projects available for team managed projects? Well, there's just one way. And the way for you to make this field available for team managed projects is to make this field globally available. So you would have to come here and now make this field a global context. Now if you go back to the marketing team project, now let's go to the settings. We go to fields, we're gonna add a field and we're gonna search for number of assets. Now I can use the same field as the IT is using. So whenever you are generating a report, it's the data quality is better because it's everything is from one field. Otherwise, the marketing team can create their own field called number of assets. So marketing team can just come here and say, you know what? We want to have discard changes. We didn't find, let's say we didn't have made that field global. We want to create a new field. We're gonna call it number of assets. This is gonna be a number field. Now I'm going to start using it under task here, number of assets. Now great, right? IT and marketing, they have the same field called number of assets, but in reality that's not great because now the information is in two different fields. So that is point number 2, why I don't like the team managed projects. It's because if you want to share fields among projects via the context, you can't. You have to make the field globally available, which in my opinion is just kind of with time it will pollute your instance. So point number 3 is that you can't create another project using the team managed project as a template. So let's say that the marketing team comes to you and say, hey, we really like Jira. We want a new marketing project with the same configuration. Like we spent a lot of time configuring the workflow, the fields, and so on and so forth. So we want just a copy of our project. Sure, you go here, marketing. Let's say this one here, it's campaign management. It's a team managed project, marketing 2. um, then it's gonna be open, and I'm going to wait a minute, where is the option? It's not there, because a team managed project is an island, and if you want to have the same things you have on this island on another island, you have to build everything again, right? So you can even use the same fields that you've created on your island. So good luck, create your own project and reconfigure it from scratch. But if you are using a company managed, let's say HR comes to us and say, we want a project that has the same configurations, great, you can share the configuration here and just create a new project for HR, and then HR2, which will have the similar configuration as the first HR project. So for these reasons, I say don't allow Jira team managed projects to be created on your instance, because in the beginning, sure, you give teams more flexibility to do their work and configure the project the way they want. But on the long run, you are just going to get some headaches, and you will have complaints that now your instance is not reliable anymore. People don't know which field to use. So yeah, just don't allow it. So yeah, I hope that this video gives you some ideas why I don't like team managed projects on an instance that is already consolidated. But maybe it worked for you, right? If it worked for you, make a comment, and let's learn together. Otherwise, take care, have fun, bye.